hope that I can help the team out as much as they think I'm going to.
Right hook by Elijah.
Hey, we got to get this on camera.
A lot of people probably hadn't heard about it, but they know us now. And I make another promise. We're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the future.
Right side of the middle.
This deals in the league. Good night. Sloan's gone. What a mountain. Thread the needle. On to the finish.
Stockton on the fast break. Finds Carl Malone. Picture perfect pass.
You're watching SportsBeat.
It's coming. We will soon get to witness the next chapter in the Jazz storied playoff history, the NBA playoffs. But before that, there's plenty of unfinished business around the league. We know who the 8 playoff teams in the West are, but no seed or matchup was set coming into tonight. So that's what happens when just 9 games separate the 8 top teams in the standings. It was a quiet night for Donovan Mitchell as the Jazz taking on the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. 19 points on just 5 of 17 shooting. He did have the play of the game for the Jazz, though. This Euro step is a thing of beauty. He has really mastered that move. Grayson Allen had a big week, 14 points in 19 minutes against the Suns, 23 points in 26 minutes against the Kings on Friday. He showed flashes again tonight, scoring 5 points in 15 minutes off the bench, including that impressive dunk.
And there's Mr. 300.
Yeah, Mr. 300. And the assist from Tabo.
That is dunk number 300 for Rudy Gobert. He's the first player in NBA history to reach 300 dunks in a season, at least since dunks were recorded as a stat. Starting in the 2000 season, Gobert with his 65th double-double of the season. He finished with 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks. How about George Niang? He comes alive in the nighttime. With so many Jazz players out tonight, George stepped up and had a big night, 16 points. He was 6 of 10 despite going just 1 of 5 from the three-point line. The Jazz actually struggled badly from the three-point line against the Lakers, just 13 of 42 tonight for 31%. The Jazz played poorly tonight, there's no doubt about that, and they got burned repeatedly by Alex Caruso and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Yes, KCP killed the Jazz tonight. The dunk was just the start of it. He had 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. He was 13 of 22 from the field and caught fire during a crucial stretch in the fourth quarter. He had 18 points in the final quarter and did just enough to prevent the Jazz from making a late surge. And to make this loss even more painful, the Jazz get within 3, under 30 left, and then they allow that to happen. Ugh, JaVale McGee finishes with the lob, dunk, and that's a dagger. JaVale finished off the Jazz, 22 points and 8 rebounds, beating his chest. Ugh. Jazz 7-game win streak is history, the longest of the season. Jazz finished the regular season with Denver at home Tuesday and back in LA against the Clippers Wednesday.
I think we've been, we've won some games, so sometimes that masks some things we're not doing. But fundamentally, the things that we need to do to win, we played defense tonight, the second quarter. And we've had games like that. We played defense in the third quarter against Atlanta. And if that's not our focus, we're not going to be as good as we want to be. That's simple.
Now the rest of the NBA in the West, the Nuggets sitting most of their starters in Portland tonight. They were trying to lose. More on that in a moment. Who needs them when you've got Juan Hernan-Gomez, the reverse dunk, then the 3. Nuggets have a 6-point lead late in the fourth, despite sitting some of their best players. The Blazers, though, have Damian Lillard. The 3-ball with just under 3 left. The Blazers never trailed again. 30 for Dame in the 7-point win. The Warriors wearing the We Believe jerseys for the last game at Oracle Arena. They move into a new arena in San Francisco next season. Second quarter, Steph Curry with those new contact lenses, showing off the handles, change of speeds, then the reverse layup. Warriors with a 7-point lead at the half. Then the third quarter happened. 42 points from the Warriors. Steph showing off from long range. He led everyone with 27, and the Warriors win big. Spurs in Cleveland today. LaMarcus Aldridge took care of business with 18 points, 12 rebounds. In the second half, his patented fadeaway jumper. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Spurs handle Cleveland by 22 points. The Suns left the desert for the torrential downpour in Houston. The Rockets rained down with an NBA record 27 threes. 27 threes. That's right. Eric Gordon led them, going 8 of 13. James Harden was 5 of 6, and Austin Rivers would end up with the record breaker. The Rockets scored 149 points in the victory. Thunder in Minnesota today. Second quarter, we'll start with that. Rookie Josh Okogie, a bright spot in a disappointing season in Minnesota. The Thunder led by 2 at the break after that hammer. Third quarter, Paul George answers with a dunk of his own. 2 of his 27. Less than 10 seconds later, Karl Anthony Towns, the and one, 35 for him. But in the fourth quarter, the Thunder pull away. Russell Westbrook, what a week he had. That caps off another triple-double, 27 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds. The Thunder win by 6. So here we are now. The latest playoff scenarios, the latest standings in the Western Conference. The Warriors have clinched the top seed, so we know they'll be the one. But the Nuggets, they can do no worse than third and lost tonight on purpose, hoping Houston loses to OKC and drops to fourth. They don't want to play the Rockets in the first round. Portland can finish as high as 3, and their magic number to clinch home court in the first round is 1. The Nuggets also don't want to play Houston in the second round. That's strange, huh? The Jazz, to get home court, they must win their next 2 and hope for the Blazers to lose to both the Lakers and the Kings. Probably not happening. The bigger concern is if the Jazz lose to the Nuggets and Clippers, they could drop all the way to 6th or even 7th. Got to get another win. All right, DeLon Wright is getting an opportunity to play major minutes since getting traded from Toronto to Memphis in the Marc Gasol trade at the deadline. He's making the most of it. He had his first triple-double Friday night, and he was back at it again tonight. Same 2 teams, Memphis and Dallas, and DeLon did it again. Back-to-back triple-doubles for the Ute legend, an All-American. 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. He's the 8th player in the NBA this season to record consecutive triple-doubles, and the first in Grizzlies franchise history. It's also important to note that DeLon will be a restricted free agent this summer. Yeah, DeLon is going to get paid. Good for him. All right, now to baseball. The Salt Lake Bees home opener is on Tuesday when they host the Fresno Grizzlies. It'll be great to have baseball back in town. They open the season in Albuquerque this week with a 5-game set with the Isotopes. Game 4 this afternoon. Jose Rosas at the plate for the Bees in the top of the 4th. They had a 1-0 lead, make it 2-0. Rosas, a solo shot, his first homer of the year. There is homegrown talent on the Bees team this year. Bingham High grad and BYU star Brennan Lund in center field for the Bees. That is a web gem, the sliding catch. Unfortunately, the Bees would end up losing in 11 innings. They wrap up the series Monday at noon.
Birds 0-1. That is drilled out to deep left field. He's done it again. Gone! Big fly for Mike Trout.
His former Bee, Mike Trout, continues to rack up the dingers. 4 straight games with a home run. He has 5 of them in the last 4 games. What a tear he's on. The Angels whipped the Rangers 7-2. Marlins and Braves. It was Bring Your Dog to the Park Day at SunTrust Park. They enjoyed quite a game. Let's go to the top of the 9th. Curtis Granderson puts this one out for a 1-run lead. Then in the bottom of the 9th, Dansby Swanson singles with the bases loaded. And the Braves are going to get the walk-off win, 4-3. The Yankees had plenty of fireworks in their game. 7 home runs, led by Gary Sanchez, who had 3 of them. That's right, 3 home runs by 1 player in a 15-3 beatdown of the Orioles. The Yankees sweep the O's on the road. They head to Houston next. Now to the bigs, Reds and Pirates. Things get personal. Derek Dietrich launches this one into the Allegheny River. Next at bat, Chris Archer throws behind him. This leads to a warning for Archer, and the benches clear. Yasiel Puig wants some. He's going to take on the entire Pirates team. Puig and 4 others were ejected. Archer and Dietrich stay in the game. And how about this? Later in the game, Dietrich homers again, but the Pirates would end up getting the 7-5 win and the 4-game sweep. The AL West matchup between the A's and Astros. Houston trailing 8-6 in the 8th. Tony Kemp gets within 1 with 1 swing of the bat. Then a couple batters later, Alex Bregman lines one to center. It's a foot race. George Springer beats the throw. Tie game. Let's go to the 9th. Loaded bases, and Jose Altuve draws the walk. The Astros literally walk it off. They get the 9-8 win.
Great clips of the week.
This is as good a baseball play that you will ever see. The Albuquerque Isotope shortstop Peter Mooney with the flip behind the back to get the runner at second base for the force out. Sign that guy up and send him up to the majors. This is BYU. A grand slam on Saturday in a win over San Diego. The BYU baseball team is having a great year. They've been ranked in the top 25 this season. An offensive explosion. All right. This was Bryce Harper. His first appearance in Washington since he left the Nationals and signed with the Philadelphia Phillies. And man, did he have a night. The bat flip. Oh, man, he got into it with the fans. He let them have it. They cheered for him for a long time. That's got to be tough. All right, and this is James Harden between the legs to Clint Capella. The Rockets have won 20 of their last 23 games and keep climbing in the Western standings.
And I make another promise. We're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the future.
35 years of playoff history for the Utah Jazz wrapped up in one 5-minute Jazz Rewind. We take a trip down memory lane next.
You're watching SportsBeat, the Murdoch Automotive no regrets play of the game.
3-1.
All right, earlier we showed you Mike Trout going yard on the Rangers, but Texas shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera had the play of the game with that snag. That was pretty impressive. All right. The Utah Jazz are heading to the playoffs for the third straight year, making plenty of memorable moments in the process. And this week in Jazz Rewind, we thought it'd be fun to relive some of the best moments in 35 years of Jazz playoff history. Let's rewind.
At McNichols Arena tonight, Doug Moe's Denver Nuggets are just one game away from closing out the season for the Utah Jazz.
I think they realize the importance of it. They don't want to go back to Salt Lake.
But I know we're going to win. I know we're going to bust out tonight. All right? I know we're going to bust out tonight.
To the baseline, spin it back to Ricky, to Griff, three-pointer, no. Base right to Thurl, shot up, yes! The Jazz take the lead. Back to Carter, three-pointer from angle left. That's no good, air ball right in the hands of Danley. 2 seconds, one, she's history. The Jazz have won it.
For the first time in franchise history, the Jazz headed to the locker room as divisional champions.
We just started to believe in ourselves, and we started winning games that we normally didn't win, and it just started to get to the point to like, we're good, we can play. When we go to the Lakers, we can beat you. Boston come in town, we can beat you.
A lot of us started to finally believe that maybe we could be a good team.
I hope that I can help the team out as much as they think I'm going to.
Right hook by Elijah one.
Hey, we got to get this on camera.
A lot of people probably hadn't heard about us, but they know us now. And I make another promise. We're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the future.
Right side of the mailman.
This Hughes in the league. Good night. Sloan's gone. What a bounce. Thread the needle. On to the finish.
But Dalen, watch the hit right there.
It's a 20-30-footer. Shot in this quarter. Are you like Clemson?
Stockton, open three. Good! John Stockton sends the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals.
I've never seen this kind of emotion from Stockton.
I never had a playoff game like this.
Maybe the last chance. He's got it. 50. Williams blows right by Austin and throws it down over Bettier.
By
Fires it inside. Boozer!
You know, this disease is very rare. Seeing her smiling face all the way home on the plane was good enough.
Left corner Fisher fires away. The jumper, good. Darren thinking, drive the middle, put up, leaping leaner. He got it. 2 seconds left. He got it. Good, Williams.
Now we go, won't let loose. Come on. I don't like that. Hayward with 31 now.
Chris was trying to come back.
1 second to shoot. Oh, Hayward flies in to end the third quarter.
Players in their primes will choose what's best for their careers.
And the Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz.
This is reverence. We may never see this guy on the basketball court again.
I just see it hitting the rim. I'm like, oh, please go.
They want to play and they play hard and they play together.
Y'all are unbelievable.
Lob, wide open, Gobert. Look at this rebound. Toughness.
They took everything, you know, we worked hard, you know, we stuck with it. The character of this team is incredible, and we all played well. We all did what we were supposed to do, and everybody came up big.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for the next chapter. Can't wait for the playoffs to begin. All right, Rudy Gobert has put himself in position to defend his title as the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year. The Jazz are launching a publicity campaign to help convince voters that he deserves the honor. They released the Gobert Encore 2019, a commemorative vinyl album that features classic jazz music. And on the cover, Rudy wearing a classic Coltrane look, smooth.
It's the kind of things that, you know, you play for, and having the support of my teammates, the fans, it means everything. You know, those guys care about me, and I care about them too, so it means a lot.
That's a good one, because it catches me off guard. Suit, turtleneck, with the, you know, whatever this instrument may be, it's nice. It's saxophone. Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
Thanks, F.A.
All right, 2 games left in the regular season. It looks like Rudy's locked this up. Didn't think it was going to happen, but it has. Giannis, 275 dunks. He had an ankle injury that set him back a little bit. He's on pace for 283. And, of course, we already know that Rudy's at 300. So chances are Rudy is going to be the single-season dunk king at the end of the season on pace for 308. All right, the Eastern Conference playoff race has also been interesting. Nets can clinch a playoff spot with a win over the Pacers. Second half, D'Angelo Russell to Jarrett Allen for the oop. Then D'Lo turned it on. He scored 8 of his 20 in the third to lead the Nets to the win. Their first playoff spot in 4 years. After starting 8-18 this season, they're going to the playoffs. The Magic could also lock up a playoff spot with a win over the Celtics. 3-point game in the fourth. Terrence Ross sparks an 11-0 run for the Magic. He finished with 26 off the bench, but the Celtics would get back into it. 106 all with 2 minutes left. That's when they go to Evan Fournier. He's going to take it to the rack. Fournier with 24, and the Magic are going to the playoffs for the first time in quite a while. Hornets still alive, trailing the Pistons by 2 games for the 8th seed. Let's go to the fourth. Charlotte up 1. Frank Kaminsky with the 3. Then a few minutes later, Frank the Tank keeps it coming. Keeping it old school. 10-point lead for the Hornets. They go on to win, and they keep their playoff hopes alive, trailing Detroit by just 1 game. All right, 21 years ago, Andre Miller recorded only the 4th triple-double in the history of the NCAA tournament in a 76-51 rout of Arizona that sent the Runnin' Utes to the 1998 Final Four. In a new segment we debut tonight, our Tom Hackett takes his shot at recreating this historic moment.
Welcome to the first episode of Can Tom Hack It? Come on, Tom. Andre, come on, Andre, sorry. March 21st, 1998. Andre Miller and his gang were preparing to take on the #1 seed Arizona Wildcat. Miller himself ended the evening with a triple-double, 18 points, 13 assists, and 14 rebounds. When Utah fans out there thought they may well have forgotten how those points occurred, I'm here. Who did it better? That's the question. There you go.
7 seconds if he doesn't get rid of it. Andre Miller to the basket. The runner is good.
Okay, right here, right here. High pass, get in between 2. 1, 2. How does that not go in? High pass, catch, get in between 2. 1, 2. Float.
The runner is good. Terrific. Michael Dickinson, remember, he had the tough Final Four.
And then he stopped on a dime.
Worked on his defense, though.
And hits a little crossover. How good are your handles, Tom? Okay. Bah! Oh!
4-2 of 18. Worked on his defense, though. Miller off the glass and in!
Just lost my thing.
It's because you're sweating.
It's disturbing. It's like Niagara Falls off my nose.
Jackson wraps around Miller. Double pump, got it away and in!
Don't have the ball, don't have the ball. Bounce pass. Turn. 1, 2. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Just like that. I'm really blowing, and I've just done 3 times.
If the basket area becomes open, it's an advantage to the offensive player like that. Defender gets...
Should be able to do this in 1 take, I think. No offense to Andre if you're watching. 2-hand drop.
If the basket area becomes open, it's an advantage to the offensive player like that. Defender...
Did I get as high as he did? Thank you.
Miller off the dribble again to the bucket, and the finger roll is good.
You know what the hardest part of this is going to be? Dribbling with my left hand.
Miller off the dribble again to the bucket, and the finger roll is good.
That's it, him. That's the one.
And another rebound by Miller. The issues being forced now by Arizona. Miller again down the lane, and the runner good.
Right hand rebound. Settle, settle.
And another rebound by Miller.
Oh, seasonal.
The issues being forced now by Arizona. Miller again down the lane, and the runner good.
You know what? I'll take it. This is way harder than it looked. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Until next time, be well.
We wish Tom the best in his recovery. Utah Grizzlies wrapping up the regular season, taking on their rival, the Idaho Steelheads. What's hockey without a fight? Gabriel Verpelst and Mitch Moroz get in a couple shots. They each get 5 minutes in the box for being naughty. Grizzlies trailing 1-0 in the second period, and Ty Lewis ties it up. Then later in the second, Josh Dickinson gives the Grizzlies the 3-2 lead. They scored plenty, 3 in the third period to get the 7-4 win. The Grizzlies and the Steelheads will meet in the first round of the ECHL playoffs. That series begins Friday night in Boise. The NHL playoff brackets are set, and for all you Vegas Golden Knight fans in Utah, They'll take on the San Jose Sharks in the first round. Game 1 in San Jose is Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Game 3 is in Vegas, and it's set for Sunday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. All right, up next, learn more about Real Salt Lake head coach Mike Petke, and we have a history lesson in our latest video archive. This basketball team from Utah achieved greatness 75 years ago this month. Learn more about the 1944 NCAA National Champions next. Texas Tech and Virginia will play for a national championship Monday night. It also happens to be the 75th anniversary of Utah's national championship back in 1944. We pay tribute in this week's archive, brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. The Runnin' Redskins, as they were called then, were a last-minute replacement in the 1944 NCAA tournament. Arkansas pulled out of the tourney after an assistant coach and player were killed in a car accident. They took advantage of the opportunity. They advanced to the championship against Dartmouth. Arnie Farron scored 22 points and was named tourney MVP. Herb Wilkinson made the game-winning shot in overtime to beat the buzzer and Dartmouth. It gave Utah the NCAA tournament championship. There's the celebration. The Blitz Kids then beat NIT champ St. John's 43-36 in a benefit game that raised $35,000 for the war effort. 18,000 fans watched that game at Madison Square Garden. The team got a parade when they returned to Salt Lake City. All right, the Mike Petke Show is back this season on the KSL TV app. You can watch the entire show on the app. Here's a bit of a sample. Brian Dunseth sat down with Mike for the season debut, and instead of soccer, the conversation took an unexpected turn to another sport.
We always kind of have this joke. What shirt is Mike going to be wearing? What retro band is Mike going to be wearing? And today you walk in with a USA curling shirt. What's going on?
I mean, is it hard to imagine that I'm a curling fan? I mean, is it that?
Yes.
It's really that
I
far-fetched?
would never have pegged you as a U.S. curling fan.
I am a U.S. curling fan. I support the team. I enjoy watching curling.
How much do you know about U.S.?
Surprisingly, I know quite a bit.
All right, so I got an idea. This is off the cuff. Let's do this.
Oh, God, what are we doing?
Let's do this. Let's see. I'm going to go to U.S. curling website.
You going to quiz me?
I'm going to quiz you. You got me so bad last year. I'm like the best at Jeopardy when I'm sitting on the couch.
Hold on, I'm thinking
And then
curling
you
now.
like stressed me out with going English to Britishisms.
This is the Mike Petke curling show
Mike
now.
Petke U.S. curling questionnaire.
All right, let's bring it.
What is a curling team called?
A rink, obviously.
A what?
A rink.
A rink, okay. Yeah. I don't even know if that's true.
I think I'm right.
How many members on a curling team?
Come on, you have to know this.
No chance.
There's 4.
Four
members.
2 on each side. Okay, that makes sense. No?
Four members. One's
one
throwing.
throws.
Well, we'll get...
How many guys have the...
Two have the brush.
What are the positions on a curling team?
Well, you have the lead. The lead is the one that starts throwing the stones. You have a second.
He's the thrower,
he's the initial thrower.
Okay.
You have a second.
Is he the one
also
with the
known
broom?
as the vice. He has a broom.
Okay.
You have a third, who's also known as a vice. And then you have the ultimate position, the skip.
Okay. Who is the best curler right now for USA curling?
Obviously, John Schuster. Do you know what position John Schuster plays? He's a skip. Do you know what the responsibility of the skip is?
No.
You don't?
No.
You don't know anything about curling?
I know nothing about curling.
The skip sets all the tactics.
Although it's really awesome watching those big things smash each other and try to get
quick
to
funny
the
thing
nearest
after this, but the skip, John Schuster's the skip of the U.S. team. Best player in the U.S. team. The skip sets all the tactics before and during. He's the one yelling, left, sweet. Okay? He's also, the skip also throws the last 2 stones at the end. Do you know why?
Why?
Because he's the freaking skip. That's why. He's the man. All he has to do is step on the last 2 after doing tactics, throw the last 2, walk off with Olympic gold. John Schuster, I salute you, man.
So what happens when the ice melts? Is it just like shuffleboard? Do you support U.S. shuffleboarding?
What do you mean, Trenton, New Jersey?
I'm just asking.
The winter to spring months, I'm curling as a kid and the ice starts melting. The ice doesn't melt, Brian.
What'd you call him?
Grow up, all right?
Bernd Schuster? He's a soccer coach? Mike Schuster?
John Schuster.
John Schuster. Sorry, John.
Schuster.
Hey, you got a big fan over here.
Got to get John Schuster on the show, man.
You got to get a personalized John. Is that what they wear?
I'm not at that level.
They wear a jersey like that?
This was a gift. This is one of my birthday presents, actually.
Okay.
Yep, and I got a little mini curling board.
I like it.
Yeah, I dominate the kids like you would believe.
For shuffleboard?
No mercy. No mercy.
You know what? I think we all learned something tonight. Thanks a lot, Coach. We got to take a short break. When we come back, Auburn fans, jump the gun. And WrestleMania spills out of the arena and into the parking lot. What is going on here? We'll try to figure it out coming up next.
Great clips of the week.
So the Auburn and Virginia game in the Final Four had a crazy ending. These poor Auburn fans thought they were headed to the national championship game. For some reason, they didn't see that Kyle Guy was fouled at the end, and they didn't watch Kyle Guy make 3 free throws in clutch fashion to give Virginia the win. They thought their Tigers were going to the national championship. They even threw toilet paper in the tree in the tradition they have there, and now they all feel very foolish. That's rough. All right, Alex Caruso had a big week, including tonight against the Jazz. He's one of just 3 Lakers to have a 30-point, 10-rebound, and 5-assist game. Kobe, LeBron, and Caruso. He also did this damage. If you can get LeBron off his chair, you know it was good. Ramon Laureano of the Oakland A's has a hose. Watch this. He's going to gun down Xander Bogaerts. That wasn't the only one he had. He had another one this week where he threw the Boston Red Sox player out at the plate. So there's one guy to watch in Major League Baseball. All right, the Raptors, time running out against the Hornets. At the buzzer, wedgie. Kawhi Leonard with the wedgie. Not a game winner, a wedgie. Hornets, playoff hope stayed alive. All right, little, I don't know what you want to call this. The Braves get lucky, though. The ball's booted by the shortstop, and then Josh Donaldson's going to make a play and finish. You never give up, right? Well done. All right, chaos at WrestleMania. Actually, this is just in the WrestleMania parking lot. I have no idea how much alcohol these guys have consumed. Hopefully they have an excuse, and that's it. Otherwise, they're just plain nuts. Pretty good move, but I don't think they made it into the stage, and this is just inexcusable. Professional soccer player can't score on that goal. Oh, we'll never live that down. Had a chance to finish it, and he couldn't get it done. All right, we are done tonight. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the national championship game on Monday night. And a week from now, it's going to be playoff time in the NBA. We'll see who the Jazz play in the playoffs. Hopefully we'll know by Tuesday or Wednesday night. So long, everyone.
Nichols Arena tonight. Doug Moe's Denver Nuggets are just 1 game away from closing out the season for the Utah Jazz.
I think they realize the importance of it. They don't want to go back to Salt Lake.
But I know we're going to win. I know we're going to bust out tonight. All right? I know we're going to bust out tonight.
To the base left, spin it back to Ricky, to Griff, 3-pointer, no. Base right to Thurl, shot up. Yes! The Jazz take the lead. Back to Carter, 3-pointer from angle left. That's no good. Air ball right in the hands of Danley. 2 seconds, 1. She's history. The Jazz have won it.
For the first time in franchise history, the Jazz headed to the locker room.